Welcome, guys. We're going to do a webinar today on Paladin's multiple EDI and the options that gives you. My name's Calvin. I'm an account specialist here at Paladin, and I'm going to be taking you through all of the benefits and possibilities with this dual EDI. So some of the things we're going to cover: what EDI is, what the purpose of it is, the current EDI integrations for Paladin, the benefits of using EDI, the benefits of having multiple EDI suppliers, and then some of the tools that Paladin has that helps with that multiple EDI, as well as your general EDI. So what is EDI? According to Wikipedia, EDI is Electronic Data Interchange, and what that means is it's electronically communicating information between businesses that was traditionally communicated on paper, such as purchase orders and invoices. What that means for you is the purpose of EDI is being able to communicate, is Paladin's point of sale, being able to communicate with your suppliers electronically to pass order information to suppliers, receive invoices from suppliers, updating stock on hand, cost, price, description, all of the things that your supplier has control of. Processing maintenance files to update those things, as well as adding new and discontinued items into the system. Allows you to automate supplier brand sales and promotions so that suppliers such as ACE can send down those sales and those be effective in your system without you having to hand make those or remember the sale and manually do that. You're also able to transfer customer rewards information. So if you have a rewards program with your supplier, this allows that communication both ways from that. Benefits of using EDI, superior inventory control, allowing you to keep track of your stock on hand in the system without having to take the time to manually enter all of those purchase orders. Improved margins with more accurate cost in retail so that your cost comes over correctly, they update your retail, or you manually update your retail using some of our features. Reduction of that time. So, you create the PO in Paladin, click a button, it goes to your supplier. You don't have to do it in both places or, on paper, anything like that. That enhanced communication, better tracking of customer purchases, so you know what your customers have purchased via supplier, things like that, as well as a more accurate demand forecasting. So the current Paladin EDI integrations here on this screen, these are all of the suppliers that we currently have EDI integrations with. We are currently adding to this, or constantly adding to this list. For example, AWG, that's a newer supplier that we have just added. I'll give you guys a minute here to cover this or look at this list before continuing on. All right, so the benefits of having multiple EDI suppliers. The biggest one is as we have seen over the last few years, suppliers can run out of things. So having multiple EDI suppliers allows you to have options when it comes to ordering your inventory. You can look at which suppliers have inventory, order from them, as well as looking at costs, things like that. Having primary and secondary suppliers leads to better margins and customer satisfaction because you can choose to order from a supplier that has a lower cost or has more in stock, things like that. It also allows you to shop around, right? So if you have two suppliers, you can look at the two, maybe one has more in stock and one has better costs. It allows you to choose which one you want to order from. We also have some tools, which we'll cover here in just a moment, that will help with that ordering. So the first one of those tools is the Order Analyst. Order Analyst maintains current EDI supplier costs for your inventory items and can quickly compare them to determine the lowest cost EDI supplier for purchase orders. So currently, we have the ability to do this with Ace, Orgill, True Value, House Hassan, and Emery Jensen. It searches the store's EDI suppliers for the lowest cost and provides a split purchase order for those products. And we'll cover a split purchase order here on the next slide. So the suggest order report. When you run your suggest order report, you can run it by many factors in the store, whether that's part number, department, supplier, class, subclass, location. And what that allows you to do is say you run your suggest order report for a location in the store. When you recall the purchase order that you generate from the suggest order report, you'll get a window that says, would you like to split this PO based on supplier costs? If you say yes, Paladin is going to go through, look at your suppliers on each item, look at their costs, and then it's going to split this purchase order so that it generates multiple purchase orders by supplier based on lowest cost. This uses that Order Analyst previously to do so. The suggest order report itself is designed to help automate this process so that you don't have to go through your store and find everything that you're out of. By doing so, you can even generate that purchase order for your entire store if you want. It's viewable as PDF as well as generating that purchase order that we spoke about earlier, which just makes this process that much easier for you. The remote stock check. So Paladin's remote stock check feature provides a real-time view of stock on hand at supplier's warehouse so that you can order more efficiently, sort purchase orders by availability, and adjust order quantities. What that means for you is when you have multiple suppliers, you select that remote stock check button on an item, and you are able to see which supplier has what in stock. So if you have your two suppliers, you select the remote stock check, it will tell you, hey, at this warehouse for supplier 1, they have 15 of these. At this warehouse for supplier 2, they're out. So that you know, okay, we can't order this from supplier 2, otherwise it's going to be on back stock, and we're just going to have to wait for it. So to help keep your inventory correct, you can do that. And along with that, the remote stock check, when you open a purchase order, allows you to see it'll sort it by items that are on hand. So you have a whole section of, hey, the supplier does not have these based on the remote stock check. Or if you're wanting to order 10, they only have 5, there will be another section that says supplier partial. This allows you to take those items and maybe move them to another supplier's PO and see if that supplier has them as well. And this is as simple as just changing the supplier at the top of the purchase order. Makes it very simple for you. Remote stock check is currently available for Ace, Buttery, Do It Best, Emery Jensen, Orgill, True Value, and Wallace. As more become available, we will add those as well. If you have any other questions or any questions, please see our help portal. The knowledge base has a lot of articles on this: EDI, suggest order report, Order Analyst, remote stock check. There will be a recording of this webinar available there under our webinar section as well. Our next webinar is Ready, Set, Go Live, Paladin Implementation Process. And that will be on August 19th. If that's something you're interested in, please join us then. All right, thank you and have a great day.